Hey guys, hope you're all crispy and crunchy. It's CerealMaty here, and welcome back to Sayori's route of DDLC Purist mod. In the first episode of this route, we literally just prevented her, or her Sayori, from taking her own life, which was pretty heavy to take in. But I hope she's doing alright. I think she is. It's the day of the festival and she seems pretty happy, I guess. Which does not mean her depression is cured or anything, but I think she does okay for now. But let's find out what mysteries lie before us, what this episode will contain. Yeah, let's go. My performance was a complete disaster. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. My recitation was absolutely miserable. Anyway, I don't remember the last time I was this embarrassed in my entire life. I made a fool of myself, the literature club, and messed up in front of Sayori. This sucks. I feel like punching the wall in frustration. Of all the days when I wanted to impress her. Of all the days when I didn't want to look like a big dork in front of Sayori. Of course I had to mess it up today. On top of that, my classmates saw me screw up. I'm sure this is going to have consequences for me. I start walking aimlessly down the corridor, keeping my head low and my hands in my pockets. The pleasant smell of various food stands invades my nostrils, but I don't feel tempted to stop and check them out. I just want to get out of here. Go home and forget about screwing up like this. My phone vibrates as I walk. For a second I stop to check it and see that Sayori sent me a message. Damn it! She's probably panicking right now, but I feel I can't go back. Everyone will just point at me and laugh. I put the phone back in my pocket and start walking faster than before. Just then, I hear the sound of someone running behind me. I don't care to look over my shoulder and start running as well. I soon see the door to the schoolyard in front of me. At this rate, I'll crash into the sign of one of the food stands and collapse on the floor like a downed tree. Great, just great. As I slowly open my eyes, I look up to see the faces of several second-year students. I can tell they're trying really hard to suppress their laughter. Suddenly, one of them leaps out of the way and I see a familiar face look down on me with a concerned look on her face. Sayori. Matty, are you alright? That looked like it really hurt. She reaches out to me. I take her hand and get up. I then glance at the small crowd of students who had gathered around me. Show's over, let me through. The crowd slowly disperses while I hear them muttering something about me being a clumsy idiot. These are idiots. Why is it so hard to say the word idiot? Still feeling a little dizzy, I look over at Sayori. You ran too fast. I tried to warn you not to run like that. Her voice is filled with genuine concern. It makes me feel guilty that I made her worried like that. I'm sorry. If I had been a little louder, then maybe you wouldn't have crashed like that. No, I'm sorry for running away from the event like that. I'm sure the other students must be furious with me, especially Natsuki. Before I know it, she wraps my arms around me and tugs me tightly. Don't worry about it. I'm sure they understand that. Before she can continue, some female students that pass by us wolf whistle at us, calling us a dorky couple. We break apart and I feel my cheeks redden from embarrassment. I feel tempted to correct them that we're not a couple, but I know that I'd only make things worse. Let's ditch these guys, my head hurts. Alright. The cheery voice that I've known all the years returns. Oh, I know a great place where they won't disturb us. I try to walk, but it feels like the whole room is spinning. As a result, I'm forced to lean on her for support as she leads the way through the schoolyard, or to the schoolyard. Sayori leads me to a bench located in a remote part of the schoolyard. I look around and notice there are very few students present. As I sit down, Sayori runs her fingers along my forehead to look for bruises. I'm fine, Sayori, don't worry about me. You know, I'll always worry. Anyway, it doesn't look like you've hurt yourself too bad. She breathes a sign of relief and sits down next to me. I feel her staring at me, and I soon turn my eyes towards her, gazing into her eyes. Neither of us speaks a word for a while. All I can hear is the chatter of the students and the rustle of the leaves in the wind. Too many thoughts run through my head. Soon enough, Sayori becomes self-conscious from my gaze and looks down, blushing lightly. I respond by looking down as well. Sorry. About what? I don't know, I guess I made you uncomfortable.
Don't worry about it. I think it's fun spending time with you.
Sayori's smile fades all of a sudden.
I wish things could go back to how they were before.
Before I realize what I'm doing, I put my left arm around her shoulder. An awkward tension arises between us, but Sayori doesn't push me away. Instead, I see a weak, hollow smirk forming on her lips. I don't want that. Sayori looks at me again, saying nothing. We can never go back to how things were before, but we can make new, happy memories together. As long as we stick together, we'll find a way. Sayori tries to say something, but shakes her head and sighs. Then, all of a sudden, she starts laughing. I sigh. Oh, come on! What I'm saying isn't that ridiculous? Sayori shakes her head.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just seeing you so optimistic and trying to cheer me up, it feels so surreal.
Aw, come on. Am I usually that negative? She chuckles again.
Thank you, Matty. You somehow know how to make me feel appreciated.
Ditto, Sayori. Ditto! Her laughter dies down and her face takes a serious look. I notice her moving a little closer to me. Sayori?
Yes?
Do you trust me?
I do.
Good. Because I want you to trust me that I want to help you. I spent a lot of time thinking last night. I pull her a little closer. She doesn't resist. I want you to be happy. She shakes her head and looks away.
Please, I don't...
I'm not done. I take a deep breath and gather my courage. She needs to know. I don't want you to deal with this alone, but that's not my only reason. I want to spend more time with you. After a long pause, Sayori's eyes become filled with tears, and she rests her head on my shoulder.
I guess I'm selfish or something, but I feel the same way.
What? She wipes her tears away and continues in a slightly dazed tone.
It would make me happy if I could be with you more often.
I feel my cheeks redden. Upon realizing what she just said, she blushes as well.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
You're...
She lowers her voice down to a whisper.
You're the only one I trust enough to tell about of any of this.
I take a moment to process what she just told me. I have one question, Sayori. Why me? She purses her lips and tries to find an answer, but ends up shaking her head.
I don't know. I just feel deep down that you won't take advantage of me. And the way you always make me smile, even when I'm sad. Even when I feel like I'm worthless.
I notice her voice breaking and quickly look at her face to see tears forming in her eyes. I brush away her tears and give her a reassuring smile. The tension between us is making it hard for me to breathe. Don't worry. Please continue. I'm here for you, Sayori. If it helps, you make me feel the same way. I trust you because you're the only person who doesn't think of me as a joke. That's why I think I can help you, since without you always cheering me up, I'd probably feel worthless as well.
Can I ask a selfish request of you?
Of course. She pauses as if looking for the right words. I don't rush her. I give her all the time she needs.
Is it okay with you if we do more together? I mean, understand if you have better things to do.
I want that too.
Great.
She hesitates for a moment.
If you want to ask others, then that's fine too.
No, I want to spend more time with only you. It will make me happy.
Okay, if you say it will make you happy, then I believe you.
No sooner does she finish saying that than she lets out a loud yawn. I look at her and notice the bags under her eyes. Sayori, how much did you sleep last night?
I got enough sleep.
How much exactly?
Okay, no, it's no use lying to you. I couldn't sleep. I was afraid of what it would mean for me now that I've told you about my condition.
How about this then? We can already start spending more time together, but only after you've rested.
It's no use. I only feel the rain clouds going away when I'm with you. Since then, I know it isn't a dream I can just wake up from to find that I've lost you.
I smiled bitterly. Okay then, you can rest here. Use me as a pillow. Oh. Before she can protest, I scoot closer and pat my lap. Sayori knows I won't back down.
Only if you promise me one thing.
Your wish is my command. She laughs dryly.
Don't disappear while I sleep. Please don't be a dream.
I promise you, Sayori. I'll be here when you wake up, and when you do, I'll take you someplace fun.
That would be great, yeah?
Sayori's eyes can no longer hide her fatigue. After Pinky swearing to her that I won't go away, she smiles and lies down on my lap. 5 minutes later, she falls asleep. I look at her for a while. She looks different when she's asleep. Her face is even more gentle and peaceful. I take off my jacket and carefully hover her with it to prevent her from getting cold while she sleeps. I then look up at the sky and silently promise myself that I won't let her down. Ever. Just as I'm about to take my phone out of my jacket's pocket, I see it vibrate. I check to see that Monica sent me a message, wondering if I'm alright after I ran out like that. I text her that I felt like the stress was too much for me and I wanted some fresh air, to which she merrily responded that I should spend the rest of the day to relax and enjoy myself. I don't reply. I'll hold off on enjoying myself until Sayori wakes up. Right now she needs rest, and I promised her I wouldn't leave. As I look down on Sayori's sleeping face, I tell myself that our story begins now. 5 hours have passed since Sayori fell asleep. The festival is coming to a close, and I'm starting to feel numb from sitting like a statue in the cold wind. The smell of food is torturing my hungry stomach. But despite my discomfort, I haven't stood up once. I promised I'd wait for Sayori, and I would make good on that promise. Besides, while waiting for her, I got a lot of time to think about my situation. Our situation. I read all sorts of online articles about depression as well. That should suffice. I soon hear a low murmur from my side and look down to see Sayori slowly opening her eyes. Morning, or, well, good afternoon, I guess. Upon seeing me, she breathes out a reassuring sigh.
You're still here.
I decide to humor her. Sorry if you were expecting someone better. She laughs, then notices that I put my jacket over her to keep her from getting cold.
Don't say that. You're better than anyone I know. I'm sorry, I made you wait so long.
Don't worry about it. Was your nap good? She nods.
How long was I asleep?
5 hours.
And you sat here this whole time?
I pat her head and stroke her hair to the side. It's not like I had anything better to do. Besides, it felt good to be useful to someone for once. I realize this is getting awkward again. Maybe a joke would lighten the mood. Don't make it cringy. That and what guy wouldn't want a cute girl resting on them? Ah, that's decent.
You think I'm cute?
That was kind of Natsuki. Nope, that only made the awkwardness increase tenfold. It's not so bad. Despite me having lost any kind of feeling in my face, a few hours ago, I feel my cheeks flare up. Anyway, why don't we get going? She throws at me a perplexed look. Did you forget? I told you I'd take you someplace nice when you woke up. You're paying though. I waited so long that I think I'll faint from hunger soon.
Fair enough.
Sayori yawns and rubs her eyes again.
That was the most comfortable nap I've ever had.
I'm glad to hear that, Sayori. She hums as I return my jacket to me and gets up. I try to get up only to find out my legs have fallen asleep due to her head on my knee resting, whatever, while she slept. Sayori, noticing this, is quick to lend me a helping hand, and for the second time today, I lean on her for support as I walk. Neither of us says anything for a while, though I occasionally hear a low humming sound coming from her. When we stop near the road to wait for the cars to pass by, I look into her eyes and see that they're filled with more vitality than ever. Just how many demons does she keep inside herself? Just as the sun began to set, we found a nice little cafe on the side, not too far away from our homes. Café Memoria. Sounds good. I want some of the pancakes. We sit down at an empty table once we're inside. Sayori seems to have cheered up compared to how she was yesterday.
Wow, I'm honestly surprised, Matty.
About what?
I didn't know there was such a nice cafe near where we live. It's funny, I've walked past here every time we go home from school, but I never even bothered to look.
I shrug and laugh sheepishly. Lovely sheepish. I found it by accident one day. I was bored, hungry, and I didn't want to bother making food. So I overheard some girls at school mention some really cheap cafe near where I live. Sayori casts her eyes downward.
Oh, is that so?
Is something the matter? Matter. She shakes her head and returns to her old cheery self.
Nope, not at all. I'm just thinking about what to order here.
What are you in the mood for? She shrugs.
I think I'll have whatever you have.
Come on, I'm kind of curious about your tastes.
Huh? How come?
Whenever you came over to visit, you always ate whatever I wanted. It's the same story whenever I come to visit you. So I want today to be all about you. That's why I'll order whatever you decide to order. Sayori laughs at my remark. I can tell from her expression that she is happy that I'm taking interest in her tastes.
Are you sure?
I nod silently.
In that case...
Before I can stop her, she moves her chair next to me and opens the cafe's menu.
Let's order something together and split it.
Right, like I want more people to mistake us for a couple today. On the other hand, when I look at how happy she seems when she reads aloud every item on the cafe's menu list, I feel like I can't deny her. It would be wrong. So I decide to play along with her. Alright, let's do that. It sounds fun.
Yay! I was so worried you'd tell me it's a silly idea, but I thought it was kind of cute.
Truth be told, I don't mind sharing a meal with her. This isn't like one of those situations you see in anime where two people actually go on a date without realizing it, is it? You're like 100% explain this situation right now. I mean, I think it was kind of on purpose by the developers, but I think it's kind of funny that you actually describe the situation, the exact situation you're in right now, but that's good. Of course not. Of course it is. Damn it, guys. Wake up. You're in a video game. Okay, you're not Monica. But anyway,
I mean, can you believe how awkward that would be?
I won't continue.
Besides, I'm not dating material anyway.
Oh, hold on. Can we scratch that and absolutely just scratch the knot? Just say I'm dating material anyway. That would be perfectly fine. Because let's face it, Sayori is perfect dating material, but don't tell her. Hey, don't say that. I noticed how at least a few guys in my class were staring at you when you read your poem. Oh, now there's some sort of competition. But don't worry, MC, you'll win anyway. What? No. I didn't want to skip that. Where is history?
Yeah, but I don't think I could handle the stress. It's okay, Matty. I've already come to terms with the fact that I'll likely stay single forever. Can I change that, pretty please? But if I can't be happy, I at least want to devote my life to making others happy. I think then their happiness would shine on me.
She clasps her head together and smiles. Her heads. Yes, Sayori has two heads. For some reason, however, her comment made me a little sad. It's not fair. She notices the concern in my eyes and shakes her head.
Anyway, that's enough sob stories for one dinner. Let's order up.
Alright, what do you want?
Oh, how does pizza sound?
Classic. Pizza, huh? Isn't that a pretty large dish? Well, if you share it, then there's no problem.
We're both pretty hungry, and also, if we split it in half, then it should just be just enough for us to handle without overeating.
Yep, exactly what I said. That's a good idea. Waiter! Sayori returns to her seat and we make casual small talk while waiting for our meal. When we then gulp the slice of pizza down like a pair of hungry wolves. Told you. Even though I'm clearly hungrier than her, Sayori finishes her share so fast that I'm left wondering if she has a black hole in place of stomach. Her metabolism is clearly better than mine, since she barely breaks a sweat, while I'm left heaving for breath by the time I'm halfway done with my portion. She finds a slight amusement in my struggle and eventually starts giving me a pep talk to motivate me to finish. After an hour, my epic battle with the pizza comes to an end. An hour? For half a pizza? How large of a pizza must that have been? An hour for half a pizza? Jesus, I'm confused.
You did it! I'm so proud of you!
I'm too exhausted to reply and merely give her a weak, half-hearted thumb up. I never would have made it without your pep talk. You'd make a great coach someday. I wheeze before gulping down a glass of water.
Thanks.
Her eyes then light up and she clasps her hands together, not her head.
How about we go to the park after school tomorrow? It's beautiful there. We'd be doing an activity together and we could work on your poor condition. Since, no offense, but I've seen old men with better stamina than you.
So, you're working out or what? Sayori, I'm proud of you. I laugh at her snarky comment, but she didn't say it. I'm assuming things. Sure, that sounds fun.
Huh? Really? I was just teasing you. I know you don't want that.
Actually, I do. That sounds like a fun activity we could do together. Besides, you're right. I think I could do some exercise. And without you cheering me on now, I don't think I'd have found the strength to finish the pizza.
Okay, then it's settled. Let's meet up after school tomorrow and go to the park.
Ah, jeez. Seeing that we've both finished our meals, the waiter comes over to ask us if we're ready to pay. Oh. Actually, before I told Sayori that she should pay. But I can't do that. That's not the gentleman style. And let's face it, you gotta be a gentleman to win her heart. I'm still safe. Just to be sure. Just if I mess up completely. Yeah, I'm paying.
Are you sure? I promised I'd pay for the meal.
I don't sweat it. I was joking when I said that I wanted you to pay.
I don't know why, but for some reason I'm a little disappointed. In what? I wanted to pay. I can always rely on you for everything, after all.
Her voice sounds pretty upset, a far cry from her regular self. Did I fuck this up? You didn't see that? She's paying.
Alright, I did promise to pay.
Is that alright with you, Sayori? I was half joking when I said it.
She shakes her head. Don't worry about it. I had so much fun with you. The least I can do is pay for the meal.
We grab our coats off the chairs and bags. Off the bags? Oh, coats off the chairs and bags before we start walking home. It's then we see that we spent so much time chatting away that evening fell over the town, even if we were outside. Sound effect machine.
It's kinda...
Still, okay, I'm gonna just leave that.
It's kinda chilly in the evening.
She then looks at me with a focused gaze in her eyes.
Oh right, isn't today the release of the manga you've been anticipating? If you leave me now and run to the store, you can still buy it before the store closes.
While the thought is tempting, I can tell Sayori is tired. Besides, I can't leave her now in good conscience. My hobbies can wait until tomorrow. No, it's fine. Let's hurry home before we catch a cold. I'll walk you back. I see Sayori's cheeks redden a bit.
Thank you. Truth be told, I'm a little scared of going home alone at night.
Can I accompany you? Same here, plus I'm beat. I gotta rest. I walk her all the way back to her house's doorstep. Horse's doorstep.
Well, here we are.
This is not her house. This is somewhere in the middle of the street. Okay.
I had fun with you today, Sayori. It was fun for me as well, Matty, because you were with me.
Before I can reply, she hugs me tightly. Should that be tightly? Anyway.
Thank you for making this day, thank you for making this a day I'll never forget.
Now I got it. I hug her back, feeling her warmth. I should thank you as well. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Sweet dreams.
Good night.
We break apart and I feel like I want to say something to her, but I can't quite find the words. Having wished her a good night, I leave her and go back home. For some reason, I still feel cold. I keep shaking even when I lie down into my bed. I don't have much time to dwell on it, however, because I fall asleep like a light bulb that's been turned off. Okay. That was abrupt. Anyway, after a night full of nightmares, I wake up in cold sweat and my body feels like it's been battered by pro fighters all day long. That doesn't sound like a fun night, to be honest. But anyway, the day is over, the day of the festival, kind of messy day. I think this has been the longest festival day out of all the routes. I mean, Natsuki's was pretty long as well. Yuri's wasn't even about 10 minutes or something. And Sayori's day at the festival was about 2 episodes now. Great, yeah, but I can dig that. That's okay. But anyway, after my miserable performance at the festival, Sayori, she made it. She cheered me up, even though she slept on my lap for 5 hours. 5 hours? How can you even bear that? My legs would have fallen off by that time. But anyway, yeah, we went to the cafe, had a beautiful pizza, which it took me an hour to eat half the pizza. Again, I'm still not over the fact that you take so long for that, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't judge you. And now we're home and I've slept terribly, and it's the next day. And the next day will be stuff for the next episode, and I'll see you all then. Bye!